Alright, hello everyone. We're back. It's been a while. Took a short break after some exhausting times up in Sydney for the Grand Prix, and then a big weekend full of pre-release action for the Magic the Gathering Dominaria pre-release. But now we are back with some Hearthstone. We've got an amazing deck here that comes to us from Kiwiinbacon, the content creation overlord. They're always doing quite a lot of stuff. Their content is fantastic. Recommend checking them out. Their deck techs are particularly delicious. But we've got a take on Warlock. Warlock has always been around. It's had varying degrees of success, but generally always been, a tier 1, 2, or 3 deck. And this is the Witchwood version of it. We have a couple of new inductions into the deck. Mostly, or most importantly, the Duskbat. So it's a card that I highlighted on the budget deck highlights video. It's a 3 mana 2/4, but if our hero has taken damage this turn, it summons 2 1/1 bats. So if we've taken damage, we're going to get 4/6 worth of stats, which is nothing to laugh about for 3 mana. So the ways that we can take damage, obviously our hero power, but we really want to pair it with Kobold Librarian and Flame Imp for some tasty 4 mana, lots of stats, and we can run our opponent over. The other cards that are either new or that I haven't seen in Warlock before, we've got the Mad Hatter. So this is a 4 mana 3/2 that randomly tosses a +1/+1 buff to 3 other minions. So it can't hit itself, so it's not good on an empty board. It can throw hats to your opponent's minions, so it's not good if your opponent has a full board. So ideally, we want to be playing this when we have the board, so it's only going to buff our minions. So I'm really keen to see how this goes, especially when we have comparable options like Defender of Argus, this boy here. This is probably a more low risk option. Maybe has a bit more consistency, but the Mad Hatter has some more upside. We've also got some interesting one-of inclusions. We've got the one-of Firefly, which usually we'd be seeing quite a lot of, but instead we've got some Acaris veterans in there, which I'm super keen to play. I think Acaris Veteran is pretty good right now. Got a one of Mortal Coil and a one of Voidwalker. Interesting to see how cutting one of the Voidwalkers goes, as traditionally that's always been one of your best tools to compete on the board and make things quite tough for your opponent early on. And the one of Mortal Coil could be good against a lot of these Paladin decks we're seeing around. Got Kaliseth in here as opposed to the kind of average to a very good selection of Warlock 2-drops. I think Kaliseth's the right call right now. Tar Creeper's in here. Maybe this is why we only got the one Voidwalker. So we've got the Tar Creepers to kind of gum up the board. One of Hooked Reaver, which we haven't played with before, so I can't really comment on this, but I have seen some people make, even the last patch, make their Warlock with Hooked Reavers, and they mentioned that it was quite good. It does become a 7/7 with Taunt if we have 15 or less life. But one of Ravenous Pterodax. I've really been keen to see this bird in more Warlock decks. I think that it previously was kind of didn't see a lot of play because of the Crystal Weaver, that if you were going to go, you were more incentivized to go heavy on demons, and Crystal Weaver was just a much more consistent threat and had a lot more upside. But the Pterodax, I don't know, some of these adaptations you can get, like if we're hitting Wind Fury and +1/+1, and all we're doing is munching on a Firefly or a Kobold Librarian or even one of the bats off of the Duskbat, could get out of hand. So I've been really wanting to see the Pterodax in play for a while. Chain Gang, good with Kaliseth. Sneaky Devil, we didn't see much throughout Kobolds and Catacombs, but this could be an interesting one. It encourages us to go wide, so you know, chain gangs and lots of 1-drops. It seems pretty good. It's also stealth, so it could be a buff that's hard for our opponents to interact with. Just the one Spellbreaker, Dreadlords, Doomguards, and we've got Sea Giants in this list, 2 of them as well. So I personally haven't played a Zoolock deck with more than 1 Sea Giant in a very long time. So we'll see if the meta wants us to have lots of small threats, or actually wants us to have some significant threats like the Sea Giant. Anyway, I'll cut it off there, and we'll be back with some games. Alright, here we are for game 1. Have a Warlock mirror. Lots of viable Warlock decks right now. Lots of cube control, that type of stuff. And we have a stinker. A real big stinker. Yucky. None of our 8 1-drops. None of our 1 2-drops. Right on time. So we can hopefully pair this Librarian with a Duskbat and sit behind this Tar Creeper. Chell says, seems a little more toolbox than flooding the board with dudes. I think it's a little bit of both. But yeah, the couple of one-offs are very, very curious. Alright. If they have Hellfire, there's nothing we can really do from stopping them from clearing everything except the Duskbat. So if we had attacked the Stonehill Defender, then they wouldn't have been able to trade in. So should note that. Is this shirt to match my opening tile? No, this shirt was actually a gift from someone. Came from Savers for a mere $5 reduce, I believe. And it's very good. But it does actually match.
Oh yes.
Huh.
They'll serve me.
How about that? Alright, well we don't have our Spellbreaker here, so what do we do?
I wonder.
I feel like we need to get this Sea Giant down.
I wonder. Almost out of time.
So best case scenario, they have no way to kill their own possessed lackey. Oh. Do they need to play the Spellstone? Why did we do that? We wanted to play this Despicable Dreadlord.
Speak your peace.
The person who gifted me this shirt knows my style well. They do. Yeah, not having the soul fire here is pretty brutal.
I wonder. Well played.
What a fun.
There it is.
You win.
Unfortunate. Yeah, a bit of a clunky draw there. I think that's definitely on the lower end of the draws we can get, because we do really want to hit at least one drop so we can start competing with the board or getting some damage in. But that happens. It's also definitely a matchup where we would have appreciated the second Spellbreaker over the Mad Hatter or the Sneaky Devil.
Gul'dan versus
But
Rexxar.
hopefully this is a match where the
Begin. Your soul shall be mine.
Devil and the Hatter can shine. Huh. So I really want to hit the Kaliseth. And it's not guaranteed that this is a hunter deck that will play 1 toughness minions. So I'm fine mulliganing this away. Give us another shot at... Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? What is happening with these hands? Oh, thank you, Kobold Librarian. I really wonder if Kobold Librarian is actually the best 1-drop ever made. Like, what class would not play this? Like, I almost just compare it to, like, Zombie Chow or something. Is Cube/Control a hard matchup for Zoo? I would imagine so, but we can get some exact stats. April 26. Matchups. Warlock. Zoo vs. Control. Uh, 50-50 apparently. Whoa! pretty risky because if they do have a pretty reasonable turn here and can clear some amount of this, develop their own board, then we're gonna struggle to get back. And they're going face as well, so I can imagine at least one of those is some kind of kill command. Snakes? No snakes. Wandering monster. Explosive.
Unleash me.
What's Zombie Chow? Zombie Chow is a 1 mana 2/3 neutral with the Death Rattle, restore 5 health to your opponent.
So many possibilities.
Speak your peace.
Your soul is
So the other option there was we could slam the bat in, soulfire it, play the other Despicable Dreadlord, and then it clears this. But it doesn't develop a taunt. Were we dead if they played these first? Gave this poison. How do we lethal our opponent in 2 turns?
I wonder.
Do we assume they don't have any burn?
So many possibilities. Almost out of time.
This is another matchup where Spellbreaker would have at least been interesting, both on the Savannah High Main and that Dire Horn. Ornery Dire Horn? I don't know what that is. So something to definitely keep in mind. So far, this Sneaky Devil and the Mad Hatter, to be honest, have
Gul'dan versus Gul'dan.
proven to be
Your soul shall
a little
be
bit
mine.
clunky.
I am
Like, I guess it's interesting to have the options. Like, a lot of the time we have had both in our hand. So we could, go for one or the other. But the way that it's worked out, we just haven't wanted to go for either of them. This is more the hand that we want. We've got a 1-drop. We have our Calisath.
Truth is found in death.
We'll trade here to get the 1 health minions off the board in case of Defile. Coin 3. Vicious Fledgling. Well, don't have to worry about Defile anymore, at least.
Speak your peace.
Definitely don't want that bad boy on the board. That bad bird. If we save this for next turn to try and recover if they sweep us. So we'll just use our mana as efficiently as possible. Anyone out there managed to go to their Dominaria pre-release a couple of weekends ago? Anyone have some sick limited stories? We did it. We got the Calisath, or we curved 1, 2, 3, 4, or you did the pre-release. Yeah, you got to one. Did you do single flight or two-headed gigante?
As you command.
What a bond.
Free me! Free me!
Single flights. Crack any anything good? Any cons? Any bad boys?
Unleash me!
You also managed to attend 3 pre-PBDQs this weekend. That is impressive. Okay. Now the Sneaky Devil might prove useful. Or will it? Kind of want to fire off one of these Soulfires. Let's tap first. Oh, the Hooked Reaver. Actually, maybe we could have just played the Sneaky Devil, gone face, and then burned them out with the 2 Soulfires. Alright, we're down a Gul'dan, so this Soulfire is probably going to have to go face. You think drafting the set is better than sealed? Interesting. Does seem like a pretty dope, like, high-powered set. They have their own Reaver of the hooked variety. Hello.
Send the other guy.
Free me!
I wanted that one. Alright, hopefully they don't have the second hooked Reaver. You gotta go? That's all good. Thanks for popping by. Get that phone on charge. Oh my gosh. These Reavers. That I'm kind of happy to see. Are these demons or beasts? They are demons, but they won't come back with the buff. Oh. Hello there.
Your magic shall not save.
Alright. Feeling much better about this now. Yeah, Dominaria looks like a sweet set. For those of you who haven't played Magic or aren't too sure what it's about, Dominaria is the newest Magic set. And it's also the oldest setting for a Magic set. In that, from Magic's creation all the way till, for about a decade, every single Magic release was set in the world, the plane of Dominaria. So it's a place that's had several books written about it. Its timeline spans thousands of years, and a lot of older players are quite familiar with the with that place. So it's a return there, which haven't gone back since, for about 10-15 years.
Your magic shall not save.
Hmm. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No.
So many possibilities.
I'll just run down.
Unleash me. Job done.
So, a lot of people are really excited to go back to Dominaria. I think for me, it's really a really interesting thing because I started playing Magic right when they switched from that setting and started exploring other worlds. So I've actually never played any set that's been set in that world.
Speak your peace.
This time.
So we want a mirror. Although they must be on a slightly different deck, given they had the 2 hooked reavers. They need to go back to Arabian Nights. Arabian Nights was a interesting set. I do kind of like that that theme. I think it's pretty fun. I think they could have done more with it. Although I don't really want to go back there if they're gonna do like deserts again. Like we already just had Amonkhet, which was an Egyptian themed set. And Arabian Nights would probably be more deserts, more lands that draw 2, discard 3. Well, I think there are a lot of people who would agree with you, and a lot more people that would disagree with you. It was super weird that they we had all those all the expeditions. Not the expeditions, the flip lands. And and none of them turned into bazaars.
This guy's tough.
Like we had the Talarian Academy one, the Gaia's Crater one. No love for the bazaar. So the card that Sykins is talking about here is a land called Bazaar of Baghdad. What Bazaar of Baghdad does is it doesn't tap for any mana. It can't help you cast your spells, but you can tap it to how do we want to do this?
Speak your piece.
It's a land that you can tap to draw 2 cards, but then you have to discard 3 cards, which sounds like a horrible deal. Like, why would you make yourself discard cards? But there are quite a lot of strategies in Magic that revolve around you putting certain cards in your discard pile. You know, maybe you want to put a big creature in there, the biggest creature you can find, because you have a spell that says return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, you know, turn 1 you can play this, start discarding those big dorky creatures.
Who goes there?
That's interesting. This Hooked Reaver's hopefully going to come down and really help us stabilize. But maybe we just got to play it now. How many turns can we wait on this Keleseth?
So many possibilities. Unleash me.
That was a really awkward turn. Something that I'm starting to feel here is the difference between having like 10 1-drops and less than that. You really start to feel it with these hands where it just feels a little bit clunky.
Your soul is mine.
We fucked that up. We needed to play the Keleseth first. Kill tap that, yeah. You got there, I didn't. So, unfortunately this Mad Hatter is, although, you know, maybe it's not as wrong as we think, right? Because, like, maybe if we had drawn, say, like, the Doomguard or something, we'd want to play it. So we can Mad Hatter Hooked Reaver here. Or we can Mad Hatter Pterodax, eat one of the bats. We're gonna get vanished, right? So what do we care about? Hooked Giant. Hooked Giant seems good too. If we think we're getting vanished though, we should Hatter to get more damage in. So maybe Hatter Reaver. That was unfortunate. Oh, we're definitely trading, of course. But it's more what damage can we get in with everything else.
Welcome to my web.
There once was a man
Minstrel,
from the
okay.
East.
Hmm, 13, huh? It's been a while since we've played with Sea Giant.
Why do you call? Almost out of time, but
Maybe we should have gone with Taunt there. Like if they had like Sap Eviscerate. Sap Eviscerate. They already played one Cold Blood. So maybe we're safer than what we thought. Alright, let's get back in there.
Gul'dan versus
Druid.
Lunara.
Alright.
The forest fights back.
your soul shall be mine.
So it's probably gonna be Spiteful Druid. Flame Imp's gonna be good at pressuring. I think a lot of the popular, like they can't play the Spellstone, so they're gonna have to try and compete with minions. If they have Glacial Shard, it's pretty bad, but and then the rest we want a mulligan just for a better chance of hitting Colossar. Pass is good. Take a turn to tap. Best case scenario here is they like hero power and attack. Maybe not. Build up the Tar Creeper. So one of the things of this list having quite a lot of taunts, like with the Chain Gangs and the Tar Creepers, is that we can't really capitalize if our opponent gives us the board. Like we have very anemic beats. Alright. We gotta get this Sea Giant down.
I wonder. Why do you call?
Have breath really necessary? Rot into my core.
Naturalize. We can Mad Hatter here.
I wonder.
Speak your peace.
You get a hat, and you get a hat.
So many hats.
Free me! Free me!
Maybe we should have tried to take down the apple bomb, because the other one can't attack. Would have cost us an extra minion though. Hatter gives it to enemy minions? Yeah. So that's what I was saying when we were going through the deck. Is be interesting to see how this compares to just playing Defender of Argus. Like in this situation, exactly, Defender of Argus would have just been perfectly fine, if not better. Just play another 1-drop. I mean, that would be fine. Do we need to save this for a Hadronox? We probably do.
I wonder.
There's one Mad Hatter in the list.
Unleash me!
What a bother.
Spellbreaker? Only one Spellbreaker. So that's the other thing we're keeping an eye on, is if these like Sneaky Devils or Mad Hatters or Hooked Reavers could be better as more Spellbreakers. And so far in a lot of the matchups, it does seem like Spellbreaker is the would have been a bit more useful. Like the Mad Hatter's been pretty average every time we've drawn it. The Sneaky Devil was okay though. That did help us push through some damage. Yeah, right on time.
Truth is found in death.
How long can this go on? How long can this go on?
Feels like a two Spellbreaker format to me. Oh. For aggro decks, you might be right.
Speak your peace.
Free me!
Yeah, silencing a lackey is the real deal. Divine Shield or Hell? Like Divine Shield. Yeah. Silencing the lackey is a real deal. Silencing Hadronox, big taunts to push through the last damage. Like, Spellbreaker is pretty good. Taunts are pretty good. Obliterate! Consider us obliterated.
Face me.
I think if we, like, they're still definitely in this. Hopefully they play the Hadronox really soon, because I do want to play this Doomguard. And not discard this Spellbreaker. Whoa. Whoa. They're going deep. If they have an ultimate infestation here, like... Hooked Reaver time! Let's go. Like Reaver Sea Giant. Wait, was the deck tracker there the whole time? If you have the Innkeeper extension on, the deck tracker is will be there for you. You can even hover over some cards to check them out. What? Didn't they already play both naturalizers? No, they only played one. Okie dokie.
I wonder.
Your magic shall not save me.
Dares summon me? Paltry task.
We're just dead though? 11. They have any like swipe or anything, we are dead. Maybe we didn't need to play the Spellbreaker. Yeah, so we die here. They might not see it though. I think they figured it out. Yeah, we didn't need to play that Spellbreaker on the last turn. We could have played like some Soulfires instead. Dang. Alright, I think that is enough games for this video. So I think it was a really interesting list. It's trying some new stuff. The Duskbats were great. I really like those. I think the Duskbat in combination with the Ravenous Pterodax felt good. One Ravenous Pterodax right now, I think, is correct. The Mad Hatter didn't feel great. Feels like if we wanted that effect, we could have played Defender of Argus. Hooked Reaver actually was pretty good. I'd maybe like to try it with 2 and see how often we're getting it off, or how often it's just a 4-mana 4/4. The Sneaky Devil was okay in one game, but ultimately probably a little bit lackluster, especially because we really wanted to see more Spellbreakers. The Sea Giant was great, especially in combination with the Duskbat. So yeah, overall, I think what I'd like to see is maybe cut the Mad Hatter and the Sneaky Devil, chuck another Spellbreaker in there, get another 1-drop in here, maybe another Void Walker. and maybe tinker around with like cut this Mortal Coil for the second Firefly, or to tinker around with that. See if we can get that early game correct, because that late game of Doomguards, Dreadlords, Gul'dans, and Sea Giants, I think that is that's solid. That's really powerful. Other than that, I definitely recommend giving this deck a try. Zulocks are always good fun, and it's in a reasonable position at the moment. But until the next one, have a good one. Bye.